Shantanu sir, good to go. Can I start?
Yes, actually 35 is the time, so you can start, maybe 33 right now.
Yes, sir. Maybe one more minute. We'll wait. And
No, this is initiated, so you can start, sir.
okay, sir. All right, sir. All right. Very good morning to all of you. Namaste, namaskar. We welcome all of you on behalf of VIT AP University and from the School of Advanced Sciences from the Department of Chemistry. We warmly welcome all of you for the National Workshop on Chemistry in Everyday Life. As the saying goes, uh, life is a big mystery without chemistry. In everything, there is chemistry. From the paste what we used in the morning to the dress what we wear in today, everywhere there is chemistry. So without chemistry, the life is big chemistry. And I want to thank all of you for this today. May I just invite our Dean of School of Advanced Sciences, Dr. Shantanu Mandal, sir, to give the welcome address, please.
Thank you, Samuel, sir. Good morning, everyone. Respected Director of IICT Hyderabad and Chief Guest of today's event, Dr. S. Chandrasekhar, sir. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. S.B. Kotareddy, sir. Honorable Registrar, Dr. C.L.B. Sivakumar, sir. Keynote speakers and delegates, convener of the event and HOD Chemistry, Dr. Padmashivam, joint coordinators, Dr. Rajesh, Dr. Shomakanta, and Professor Samuel Johnson, and other organizing members, all participants, faculty and staff members, research scholars, and my dear students. On behalf of the School of Advanced Sciences, VITAP University, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all you and in this two-day national workshop on chemistry in everyday life. Today, we are extremely honored to have with us today's chief guest, Dr. S. Chandrasekhar, Director, CSIR, Indian Institute of Chemical Technology, Hyderabad. Sir is a great personality. Sir has huge contribution in the field of research in India and abroad. Sir has received many prestigious awards and honors like J.C. Bose National Fellowship, CSIR Technology Award, CNR Rao National Prize for Chemical Research, B.M. Birla Science Prize, Alexander von Humboldt Fellowship, and more. On behalf of our university, I extend a very warm welcome to you, sir. We are delighted to have with us Honorable Vice Chancellor of VITP University, Dr. S.B. Kotareddy, sir. He is a great visionary. His dream is to place the VITP University in top 200 universities of the world. Sir, under your great leadership, our university will cross all milestones. A hearty welcome to you, sir. We are greatly honored to have with us Dr. CLB Sivakumar, sir, our beloved registrar, sir. Since inception, sir has supported and guided us in every aspect to make every initiative to a success. A hearty welcome to you, sir. A warm welcome to all speakers, delegates from reputed institutes, industries, all participants from 19 states, 3 union territories of India. A cordial welcome to all school deans, section heads, faculty and staff members, organizing members, research scholars, and students. Thank you to all.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, may I call upon the HOD of Department of Chemistry, Dr. Paramasivam, sir, to give a overview of the entire program, please.
Good morning, sir. For one and all present here, it is our privilege to have our chief guest, Dr. Chandrasekhar, sir, Director, CSR, IICT, Hyderabad. Welcome, sir. And we would be very sincerely thankful to our VC sir, Kotareddy sir, and our registrar sir, Dr. Sivakumar sir, and also to our Dean sir, Sandra Mandal sir, who are the driving force behind the successful delivery of this workshop. Then coming to the overview of the workshop, this 2 days national workshop on chemistry in everyday life is organized by the Department of Chemistry, School of Advanced Sciences, VITAP University. It's meant for the UG, PG, and research scholars, mainly from the chemistry domain area. The 2-day workshop we plan to have in 6 sessions. Today, we are having morning 2 lectures by eminent speakers, and afternoon 2 more lectures by eminent speakers, and also tomorrow morning we are having 2 lectures. Then coming to the workshop registrants, around 700 registrants from all over India, as the Dean sir mentioned in his talk, from 19 states and 3 union territories registered for this event. This workshop, in fact, we plan to have the, as the title says, chemistry in everyday life. As our host Samuelson mentioned very first, everywhere everything is based on chemistry. See, I'm not exaggerating. See, thing is, from our school days onwards, generally students used to have afraid of mathematics and sometimes hating chemistry. It's because of our misunderstanding or not able to understand the things subject clearly. But if you approach in other way, for example, what are things we are using nowadays? Take anything around us, devices, instruments, electronic devices, everything. Then take your kitchen in food processing. From that, you can try to understand the chemistry behind it. So that way, we are planning to give a good exposure to the participants by the talk given by the eminent speakers who are experts in their field. And coming to our departmental activities, Department of Chemistry, we are having adequate laboratory facilities with some analytical instruments for teaching as well as research purpose for UG and PG level courses. We plan to have MSc chemistry course in the coming academic year. And also our faculty members, they are having expertise in diverse field of chemistry, like organic, inorganic, analytical, spectroscopic methods, and so on. I would like to invite one and all once again for this workshop, especially the participants, to make use of this workshop to understand the application of chemistry in industrial level or the process level to the chemical principles, so they can appreciate the things in future. In this workshop, we believe strongly this type of workshops will definitely help the young students to have a clear understanding and appreciation for the science subjects. Even for the engineering domains, any field, computer science or electrical or mechanical, even medicine field, all the engineering technology aspects, all are based on basic sciences. So in that aspect, we believe our workshop is more helpful to the participants. And in this aspect, I would like to conclude my talk. And once again, I thank one and all person here. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Paramasivam, sir, for your overview. Thank you so much. Now, may I invite our Vice Chancellor, sir, Dr. S.P. Kota Reddy, sir. As a Vice Chancellor, we say VC. He is vibrant and he is cheerful all the time to bring the entire programs with industry-specific things. So thank you so much, sir. We welcome you, our VC, sir, to give you your presidential address, please.
Thank you. Good morning. Namaste to everyone. Respected Dr. S. Chandrasekhar, sir, Director, CSIR, IICT Hyderabad, Registrar, VIT AP University, Dr. CLV Shivkumar, sir, keynote speakers and delegates, Dr. Shantanu Mandal, Dean, School of Advanced Sciences, Dr. R. Paramasivam, Head, Department of Chemistry, faculty and staff members, and my dear students. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you all to this national workshop on chemistry in everyday life. It is two-day workshop on 17th and 18th April. My hearty congratulations to the School of Advanced Sciences, VIT AP University, to organize this workshop. I'm glad to inform you that the school organized 3 national workshops in very short span. The national workshop on data science was organized on 13th March and it was for 5 days. And more than 2,000 delegates from India and abroad participated in that workshop. The school organized a national workshop on physics, and that was for 2 days on 10th and 17th April. And more than 500 delegates from India and abroad participated in that. And today it is national workshop on chemistry on 17th and 18th April. And more than 700 delegates are participating in this national workshop. And more than 6 the keynote speakers are going to address the delegates. It is a great team effort. And though we say it is, these are all national workshops, but the international delegates also participated. International keynote speakers also participated. Therefore, I can say it is all these 3 are international workshops. Once again, my hearty congratulations to the team School of Advanced Sciences for this great effort. And today we are extremely honored to have with us Director CSIR IICT Hyderabad, Dr. S. Chandrasekhar, sir. He is an eminent scientist in chemistry. Dear sir, I would like to congratulate you and your dedicated team from IICT for developing the affordable version of favipiravir drug to treat the COVID-19. It's a great achievement, sir. And thank you very much for accepting our invitation as a chief guest for the inauguration of this workshop. Thank you so much, sir. I am very delighted to inform you that we have signed MOU with IICT on 10th April 2021. It is a milestone for VIT AP University. This MOU is for research and academic collaboration. I am confident that this collaboration would be very successful and go a long way. Our registrar, Dr. CLV Shivkumar, sir, and I myself went to IICT to sign the MOU. Post the signing MOU, the senior scientists, Dr. N.V. Satyanarayan, sir, Dr. L. Giribabu, sir, Dr. Venkat Narsaya sir, Dr. K. Ramakrishna sir, Dr. Pradosh sir, and other scientists taken us for IICT campus tour. Amazing facilities, and we were thrilled to witness the state-of-the-art research in chemistry, fluoro and agrochemical, nuclear magnetic resonance, NMR, and also the efficient mask for, they're also making the efficient mask for coronavirus, and many areas of national importance. And amazing technology transfer to private and public sector organizations under the leadership of Director Dr. Chandrasekhar. Once again, on this occasion, I would like to thank Dr. Chandrasekhar sir and his entire team for this great collaboration. Dear students, you should be innovative. You should think out of box. You should get and implement new ideas. I would like to share my experience in IIT Bombay when I was pursuing my PhD. Though it was 20 years back, but still it is relevant. IIT Bombay used to conduct innovative idea competition every year. And the students come and present their innovative ideas. Some of the ideas might be crazy, okay, then, but that at that point of time, we may think that those ideas may not work. But what IIT Bombay used to do is that they used to pick up those ideas and provide funding for making the prototypes. When I was attending one of the competitions, I heard some of the ideas from chemical engineering students. And one of the ideas presented was how to walk on still water. And people were laughing about this idea, how we can walk without having any device, how we can walk. Then later on, the student explained his innovation. He said that he will add some chemicals to the water and it will become solid. And once he walks on to the other side, and again he will add chemical and it will become liquid form. So now this kind of ideas, people may think that, okay, these are all crazy ideas. Okay, then, but in the same the ideas, in the same competition, there are several ideas presented by mechanical engineering students, then computer science engineering students, and so on. And some more ideas are like solar planes, then flying vehicles, driverless cars, and the wall climbing robots, and many ideas. I'm talking all these ideas about 20 years back. But if you see, all these ideas came true. Many of the ideas came true. That means students should think out of the box, and they should not feel shy to present those ideas. Actually, therefore, dear students, think out of box and get innovative ideas, build prototypes and test them, and file patents, write papers and present them in the conferences, write papers and then submit to the journals, and so on. A lot of research can be done once you make the prototype, and or even if you make simulations, you can actually start doing your research and publish the papers and file the patents. I just wanted to caution you, dear students. Some people are your friends, maybe your friends or peers, they will say, this idea may not work. Okay, now they will try to pull you down. Now I should say they are all naysayers. Be away from the naysayers and go ahead and then build your prototypes, and you should work on your new and innovative ideas. At VIT AP University, one of our focus areas is research and innovation. We encourage our faculty and students to get innovative ideas, and we are going to provide the funding for those innovative ideas for developing the prototypes. To enhance the research output, we have taken several initiations, and on this occasion, I would like to talk on few of them. One is how to increase the number of publications. Okay, as of now, and not only number and quality also. As of now, we have published 300 papers in the Scopus Index journals with H index of 16. As a new university, it is a good achievement. However, we are striving for more number of quality publications in Scopus Index journals. Our aim is to publish more than 3,000 papers in next 5 years. That is actually 10 times more than what we published so far. To encourage the faculty and staff members towards research, we are providing internal research funding. Also, our faculty members, along with the students, are writing proposals for various government agencies and industry for research grants. We support faculty members to present papers in national and international conferences. We are organizing national and international conferences at VIT University. All 7 schools are going to organize the international conferences in this year. That's what our aim. Then we are establishing 6 centers of excellence with the state-of-the-art equipment for the advanced research. They are AI and robotics, IoT, cybersecurity, image and signal processing, renewable energy, additive manufacturing, and all these 6 centers being established with the collaboration of the industry and international universities. The other area of our focus is the innovation and incubation. As I mentioned earlier, not only research, innovation and incubation also. Our faculty members are aiming to file more than 160 patents in 1 year through our innovation and incubation center. And we are allocating more than 10,000 square feet area for innovation and incubation center in our central block. And we are going to establish Atal Innovation and Incubation Center in this 10,000 square feet area. The vision of our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. G. Vishwanathan Sir, Vice President Dr. Shekhar Vishwanathan Sir, Executive Director Dr. Sanja Pentareddy Madam, is to be in top, or I can say that we have to be in top in the state, okay, and then in the country. I'm sure that with the great commitment of our faculty members, definitely we will reach to the top in both the Telugu states as well as in the country. That's what my confidence. And before I conclude, I would like to appreciate the efforts of Dr. Shantanu Mandal, Dean School of Advanced Sciences, Dr. Paramashivam, HOD Chemistry, and his team and other faculty and staff members and students to organize this workshop successfully. I wish you all the very best. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your presidential address. Thank you for your ever motivation. Now it's a time to introduce our chief guest. And before we take it forward, I would just like to take you through the entire profile. Of course, it's a very big one, but then let's just read little gist of Dr. S. Chandrasekhar sir, who is the Director of Council of Scientific and Industrial Research at Indian Institute of Chemical Technology at Hyderabad. So for the benefit of audience, I'm just trying to share sir's profile just to take you through some key highlights. As you can see there on the screen, can somebody give me a thumbs up if it is screen on the screen? Thank you, sir. So sir did his PhD in organic chemistry from Osmania University, and then a postdoctoral research in organic chemistry at the US Southwestern Medical Center, Dallas, Texas. Sir also has a fellow in the university and did in Germany. But what was so fascinating to see is joined as a scientist in 1994 and grew up to the level of director in 2015. That is what we have to really understand. Can we give a big round of applause? And you can use your virtual thumbs up there. Joining as a scientist, growing to the level of director. All right. And the biggest thing what I've really felt is he was also given additional in charge as a director at so many places at the same time. CSIR, NCL in Pune, NEER in Nagpur, NGR Hyderabad. Okay, you can see there. Okay, even though so much a busy thing, sir had done is 285 publications, 7,600 citations. More than 80 students have been awarded PhD, has 20 patents, both Indian and international, and awards list keep going on. So sir, we are so honored to have you after working and doing so much of contribution to our country. We are so proud of you that you have taken your time to come to us. So sir, may I invite you to give your address, please? You can unmute yourself, sir.
So good morning all. Kotareddy garu, namaste, and greetings to all the friends, the registrar, the young friends on the call today. Very, very happy good morning, and I hope things are not out of control in the place where you are currently located. I only would like to tell all my young friends that this corona pandemic is not sparing young, old, kids. I think it's not sparing anyone. So I think the only message I would like to convey to all my friends on the call today, either who are live on the Zoom or who are watching on YouTube, I think the mantra has to be mask, mask, mask. I think nothing more, nothing less. So there are lots of data coming up now, including from CSIR labs, including the Western world, those who follow the literature in New England Journal of Medicine, then many other medical journals. The big finding is that now this corona is not really spreading by surface. That we keep on washing our hands, touching something, and then again getting paranoid of washing and all that. It looked like it's now almost proven beyond doubt. It spreads by the air droplets when people talk. So less talk, work more. So please make sure that whatever little skeletal work, skeletal staff coming to your campuses, wherever they are, and wherever you meet people. I know it's a very bad habit for most of us. We pull out the mask and keep talking loudly on the mobile phone. And then people who are passing by next to you, every possibility, our droplets will come into air and they may take those droplets and they will become corona positive. So please, I think the mantra has to be mask, mask, mask. Don't talk loudly so that your droplets don't travel far distance. And don't talk to people who are not wearing a mask. If let it be your family, I think now you know that this pandemic is going into families so deep. Last wave, only one member gets, only one was getting or two were getting. But now this year, the statistics show, as I'm also part of the Niri Nagpur group and many biology labs, this virus is spreading into the families. Like if one member gets in the family, whole family, 7, 8, 10, it's not sparing anyone, including young kids. So please make a habit of wearing mask even at home. It's very essential because we go out, because we work in some places, we have to go out for a few hours and come back. We may have to go for buying some grocery. So my humble request is even at home, start wearing mask. And it's also coming to very meaningful conclusions that even toilets are the breeding centers. The common toilets, especially when you are in colleges, malls and public places like bus stops and airports, there's every possibility that when we go to use a washroom, we generally remove the mask, thinking that you're alone at the toilet. But the one before you use the toilet must have coughed there, and those droplets are in the air, and every possibility you would get it. So my humble request, mask, 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 and then I think we will be happy to live and then see our next generation. The deaths are increasing. So this is my first alert because this is the forum I'm getting to share with all the people either on live or on YouTube or Zoom call. Then coming back to today's theme, I think the department has taken a wonderful theme. But this is such a broad theme, chemistry in daily life, as one of your organizers mentioned, starting from you begin your morning with a toothpaste, to end, you switch off your light and turn on your mosquito coil because you will like not mosquito bite you. So when the mosquito coil is a chemical. So naturally chemistry is everywhere, but I would like to humbly request all the faculty, because you have a global pan science center. It is not just chemistry or physics or biology. Science has no boundaries. I think we have created those boundaries. So please make a habit of removing all the boundaries in science. We ourselves have claimed I'm an organic chemist. Within organic chemistry, I call myself a terpene chemist. Within terpene, I'll classify myself monoterpene chemist. Within monoterpene, I classify asymmetry. So these are many, many sub-classifications each one has. Similarly, if you look at inorganic chemist, so I'm a D block chemist. I'm a F block chemist. I'm S block chemist. Then within D block, you say I'm only this element expert. I'm not expert in this element. So I think we are getting narrower and narrower, and which also happened not only in sciences, but also happened in medical sciences. It also has happened in engineering sciences. If you look at medical sciences, the doctors have become so specialized. Even I will not be surprised that within the heart, there is a doctor who is expert in the left valve and the other one is on the right valve. So then if you go to a doctor, yeah, actually I'm expert in your right valve, but I don't know about left valve, you go to another expert. And then end of the day, we need to go and meet some general physician who knows the overall body of us. I think we also need scientists who understand all science. While we need experts when there is micromanagement required, but I think we need scientists who also know everything. Because if we know all the subjects, then you can connect and you can also solve the problems much more effectively. So I think let us not make borders in the science. Science is one, while chemistry plays an important role. I think biology plays an important role also. Physics also plays an important role. I think as we all know that Newton found apple has falling down and all that. If apple was not falling down and physics does not say there is no gravity, and apple, when it falls off the tree, it flies into the air, how can you eat the apple? So I think every subject is important. Gravity is very critical. Similarly, biology, life sciences, I think astronomy, aerospace. I think every subject has its own relevance. So my advice to all the young faculty, especially when a young university like VIT AP, you are building new faculty, it's very essential that all these faculty work as a team, rather than telling that I belong to organic chemistry group, I belong to inorganic chemistry group, or I belong to botany, I belong to zoology. I think all of you make a habit that you meet at least once in a week and share some common problems, and then tell what solution a chemist can give to a biologist, or what solution a biologist can give to a chemist. I think that interface has to happen. Here, I would like to make a small anecdote. When I was visiting the Scripps Institute in San Diego, in California, I think when Scripps donation was given to build this research center, which is world's best school, which produces a Nobel laureate after Nobel laureate every year, I think the one condition the donor has kept is all the faculty, whatever work they are doing, from 11 to 12 or 10 to 11, they should come to coffee room, and everyone over a cup of coffee should share their science problems over that 1 hour. Every faculty has to follow that rule. Otherwise, I will not give a donation. And that has resulted in building sharpless asymmetric epoxidation that has developed in many, many important reactions. Because when a biologist talks to a chemist, or inorganic chemist talk to an organic chemist, that is where I think the knowledge sharing happens and everyone can contribute. I also would like to say, when you want to say that I'm making a toothpaste, which is chemist, please understand toothpaste also needs to be tested by a biologist, whether it is cleaning your tooth or not. Similarly, whether you need a polymer guy, which can be there. You want a foam scientist, how a foam has to come. And you need someone who needs to give a flavor to that. You need a flavor scientist. And so many, many things add together. And then you need someone who makes a nice, weightless tube so that you can put the paste into the tube. Can you imagine a toothpaste without a tube? Or can you imagine the value of toothpaste without a brush? And if the brush is weighing 1 kg, how can you brush your teeth? And if the bristles are made of iron, how can you brush your teeth? So I think starting from mechanical engineers to design engineers to electronic, I think you need everyone to contribute to one small product which comes into market. So if you're talking of translational science, if you want your science to reach masses, I think you need engineers, you need doctors, you need scientists. And you need, end of the day, end users. I think unless all those people are there, we cannot make science happen, nor we cannot make the society progress. If you look at the way we have all progressed over the last hundreds and lakhs of years, if you look back to Homo sapiens sapien, the day human was found on this planet from a monkey, and the way we evolved, and then we differentiate ourselves from the animals. Not that we have 2 legs and animals have 4 legs, but we also in the process, in the evolution, we started thinking, which is not a thinking process which is there in all the animals. Why human is the supreme commander of the planet? Because we were able to kill the other animals from a distance. If we were like rock era human beings, that we can only kill the animal by using our nails or using a stone or a wooden piece, then I think I'm sure tiger and lion would be much above the human on a supply chain of this planet. But because we discovered a gun that we could kill any, or an arrow that we could kill the animals from a distance, I think that's how human took over the entire planet. Till then, I think animals were taking over the human planet, on the living planet. So my humble request here, I think science should be used for the betterment of the mankind. And science is for making tomorrow a better day. It is not that we do so many technologies, we make the global warming, we burn the fuel, that after 5 years or 10 years or 20 years, if every summer temperature reaches 55 degrees centigrade or 60 degrees centigrade, not 45, then how are we going to live on this planet? How our grandchildren will live on this planet? Are we going to be the last human on this planet, and then human race will not be there? I think this corona pandemic has taught us that we need to make sure that science goes as one family. Today, when the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Koda Reddy, was mentioning about the drug we have made in less than 4 months, we already went back and saw in Japan there is a drug called favipiravir, which is used for seasonal influenza and few other viral drugs. Then someone published a paper in Russia or in Japan that this antiviral drug may also be used in corona. Then quickly we requested some industry to do a clinical trial. So we wanted a clinical doctor. Then the drug was not available in the country. So we made sure that IICT makes this drug quickly and supply so that we can launch this product as early as possible. Similarly, we all see the newspaper, there was a huge shortage of remdesivir. Then IICT played an important role. Again, it is not IICT who made remdesivir. We all should know that remdesivir was discovered for a very other indication by a company called Gilead in the US. But then it is repurposed for corona. It was not available in India, but because we are chemists, we know how to make these molecules. We quickly made this molecule, we went to industry. In the meantime, Gilead gave a license to multiple companies. And today, remdesivir is available to as many patients as possible. While there is a small shortage, I'm sure in the next couple of weeks, all the pharma industries will solve the problem, and then we'll have surplus of remdesivir. So when I say science has no boundaries, and we are talking of chemistry today, we all know that chemistry is nothing but periodic table. If elements and periodic table are not there, what will be the role of a scientist? I don't even know what is hydrogen. I don't even know what is oxygen. I don't even know what is nitrogen. Or I don't even know what is ruthenium, rhodium. So how can a chemist survive without the elements which are there in the nature, which are formed basically based on a Big Bang? A lot of electron fusions happen, nuclear fusions happen, and then newer elements are formed. So if elements are not there, I think chemistry is not there. If chemistry is not there, as someone said, there is no toothpaste, there is no food, there is no agrochemical, there is no drug, there is no shirt, there is no plastic chair on which we are sitting currently, there is no sponge, there is no television because you need the silica to make all your chips, so you need silicon chips. There is no solar panels if so chemistry is not there, periodic table is not there. So a couple of years ago, we celebrated the International Area of Periodic Table. That's the time we all looked at the periodic table and suddenly realized that many elements on the periodic table are endangered. I also wrote an editorial in the Nature India magazine some time ago that if elements are not there on the planet, we all are very smart, we are using mobile phones. Please remember either your laptop or your mobile phone, if lithium battery is not there, you cannot go anywhere. What you have to do is basically keep your mobile phone connected to a permanent electrical plug point and you sit there only permanently. You cannot even go around. But today, thanks to lithium battery, your battery can be charged, which can be there for 24 hours, almost 40, 50 hours, depending on how you use. And but if suddenly we declare that there is no lithium metal in the element, now all the lithium crust has been taken from the earth ore, and now lithium is not there. So can we survive? So how effectively we can use lithium? Why are we abusing the elements? Like we all talk of some endangered elements, endangered animals. So and so animal will be endangered, tiger will be endangered, or so and so. But how many of you are now thinking that periodic table has 120 elements and suddenly 10 elements or 15 elements become endangered and they are removed from the periodic table? Because now those elements are no more existing on this planet. So how are we going to survive? So what is the science we have to do currently? Can I now look at the periodic table? What elements are abundantly available? I know silica is available the maximum because Si is something which is there in your sand. So this is the most abundant element. Similarly, we all know that carbon is abundant, but slowly it's also depleting. Hydrogen, do we have surplus hydrogen? Do we have oxygen? Do we have nitrogen? So we need to look at what are the elements, whether we could use them more effectively rather than banking on very few elements. Today, for example, if uranium is disappeared from the uranium crust, how are we going to make electricity? Today, we say that electricity is produced by uranium nuclear plants. If not there, how are we going to make electricity? And if we don't make electricity, how are we going to connect each other under this pandemic without traveling? Even if pandemic is gone, if I want to go from Hyderabad to Vijayawada, about 300 kilometers, if I want 40 liters of petrol, and now Middle East and all the petrol is not there in the petrol wells now, whatever gases we get, they're exhausted. So how are we going to go from Hyderabad to Vijayawada? So I think these are the questions we need to ask as scientists or as chemists. Then we make our projects. It is not that I publish 3,000 papers or 4,000 papers. My citation index is 10,000. I get an award, Infosys award, or I become fellow of the academy, and then I become director or I become vice chancellor. I'm happy. I think we need to seriously look at what is the science I am doing that it is going to be useful after 30 years, after 20 years. We all looked at many movies where they show that in 2050 or 2070, so much of radiation will be there on the planet, so much of heat will be there because of global warming, that all of us need to carry oxygen cylinders on the backpack, or we need to wear a mask that radiation will not enter into our body. We need to cover 100% body. So are we really heading towards that? This corona again taught us that we need to wear a mask. Previously, covering face was a sin. Today, covering face is the norm. Previously, untouchability is a sin. Today, untouchability is the accepted norm. So are we heading towards untouchability? Are we heading towards wearing a mask? We don't see each other's face. So this is all because of abusing and eating away the environment. Today, have we allowed the spaces for the animals? Have we allowed these spaces for all the living things to have their own space? I don't think this pandemic would have happened. Today, because of urbanization, we have removed the forests. Bats have become part of our life. If bats were living in a distant forest and not part of the mainland China on a fruit market or a food market, I'm sure corona would have not come. I don't know. So I think it's the time we all really think as intellectual people. We should make space for every living creature on this planet. We should not take away tiger's place. We should not take away elephants' corridors. So there are many challenges. Today, environment is such an important character. We are signatory to the Paris Convention. Global warming, we should make sure that it does not happen. That means we should turn off air conditioners. We should not use so much of automobile. then we should not cool our rooms, because you think you are cooling your room by turning on air conditioner. But remember, you are pumping out all the hot air out of your room and your environment is getting hot. Similarly, the gases, the fluorochlorocarbons, what we use in our refrigerants, I think these are the ones who are going to deplete the ozone. If the ozone depletion happens, then directly ultraviolet radiation from sun come on the planet. Then we get more and more cancer patients. I think we need to build a sustainable model where science gives solutions, not just for today. These solutions have to be permanent. I think you make a solution today, I make a drug, okay, now corona patient is cured. But what is not the guarantee that the guy who takes the drug, his kidney gets spoiled, and after 5 years he becomes a kidney patient and he needs a kidney donation. Then for kidney donation, I want a kidney donor. Now for a donation, I need immunosuppressant. Now again, I make immunosuppressant. Now you are making the human being immune compromised. So whether our science is solving problems temporarily or whether science is solving the problems permanently, I think these are the challenging questions we as researchers, academicians should talk to each other. So if you look at the drugs and agriculture, I think if you want to be a healthy nation, people should get proper affordable health. People should get the food properly so that we don't complain against the governments. So if I want to produce per acre 20 tons of food, not 5 tons of food. Previously, even if I produce 5 tons of food, it was sufficient because population was low and the cultivatable land was much larger. But because of urbanization, because of new housing happening, new dams being constructed, new factories being constructed, we are eating away the farmers' lands. If farmers' land is taken away, if a farmer was holding 20-acre land, now he was now kept with only 5 acres of land, how he can produce the food in 5 acres land equivalent of 20 acres? That means he need to produce 4 times the more crop. To produce 4 times the more crop, should I use genetically modified crops? So much debate happens on genetically modified crops. Is it good, bad, ugly? Again, we as scientists should go and tell the world, GM crops are good or GM crops are bad. Not someone environmentalists who talk that GM crops are bad. I think we as scientists should do proper analysis and go back and give solutions to the political leadership. Similarly, I want to use agrochemicals. Okay, today I use agrochemical, I get more crop. But what is not the guarantee that the agrochemical I'm using is creating cancer to the farmers? And then I create more cancer hospitals. So even agriculture, we need to see how we can do organic farming. So these are again challenges which only a scientist or a chemist can handle. So future of chemistry is bright, but also is very challenging. So I humbly request that these kind of seminars and events, not just that we engage some 500 students, 600 students and share what science we do, but also ask the students pertinent questions. Students should give us the problems. Today, we all know that when I was a young boy, I mean, other colleagues are much younger here, but when I was a young boy and going to a classroom, the teacher used to use a chalk piece and write on the board and take a duster and keep rubbing the blackboard. So much of chalk powder will keep coming. And then this chalk powder will go into the nose of the teacher, poor teacher or a master. And then he will get asthma, he will get cough, cold, what not of problems. Now we went on to create a whiteboard and a sketch pen. Now sketch pen has an ink. Now whether that ink is eco-friendly or whether it's chemical, that is creating some hazard again. So I mean, are we creating a future problem or are we creating a future solution? So I think chemists and researchers on the call today, I think please debate. I think it's just not that someone will give a talk and go away. I think make roundtable forums of 20 students, 3-4 faculty as small groups. I think look at what problems we are likely to encounter in the next 20 years and what kind of teaching I should give in the classroom that my student is geared up that when he goes to institutes like IICT or whether he goes to Harvard or he goes to MIT. So wherever he goes, whether I have given pertinent training that he is really a problem solver on a right problem, or he is becoming too academician that he only trying to do what he is taught in the classroom. Similarly, when we talk of science, I think science should have ethics. Unfortunately, we see sometimes in the newspapers that there's a plagiarism, so-and-so big scientist has copied someone's work. I think copy, plagiarism, I think ethics, I think these are the things we need to teach our students. I think honesty and ethics play much larger role in science than good science. So once we teach morals to our students, I think then we can do automatically good science. Similarly, the quality control, the quality assurance. You cannot do mediocre science or mediocre assurance. I do something, I claim that I made a drug, it will solve the corona problem. Am I claiming right, or am I just claiming to see that my name appears in the newspaper, or am I claiming that just I get a publication, or whether my science has proper data, whether data is properly validated? So these are the things we need to make sure that we need to educate our students, the quality control, quality assurance, morals, ethics. Then I think coming to the last point, I think as the Vice Chancellor mentioned, you are trying to build a 10,000 square feet incubation center. A great thought. I think thanks to our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, the Atal incubation is a great concept. Today, rather than looking for jobs, I always call myself, am I dependent on the government? If government does not give me a job, what I would have done? I think today youngsters have great opportunities to start companies after your BTech or MSc or whatever little you study in your classroom. You can loosen your arms, go to Atal incubation centers, try for 1 or 2 years, do a small startup company on a new idea. Ideas can be borrowed, ideas can be taken from the literature, ideas can be taken by talking to some industry friends, what kind of problems they encounter. Ideas can come from your grandparents. Go and talk to your grandfather or grandmother, poor lady or poor man working in a field. He may say that, oh, I'm carrying every day 1,000 kilos, 100 kgs of pesticide carrying box on my back and going to the field. How can I reduce the weight of this backpack which my grandfather is carrying? Now we know that there are many, many grassroots innovations. Why don't you go and walk around and meet those villagers? What are those grassroots innovations happening? Can I bring that idea from a grassroots, take it to my VIT incubation center, and give a scientific rationale and make it more presentable? I think these are some things we need to really look at it. And Professor Reddy, that you really are bringing this 10,000 square feet space in Vijayawada, Guntur, whatever area you're located currently, that you would open this center. Please let us know. CSIR in general and IICT will be happy. Our scientists could come, mentor those young children, young graduates who are coming out of your college or any other neighboring colleges who would like to take some small space, explore whether their idea can become a product, and that product would be useful to the future generations. Certainly, if they fail after 3 years, we will help them to find a job, or we can help them to go for higher studies. But I think we should not punish them because they took a break of 3-4 years, started a company, they failed does not mean they failed. Actually, they are adventurous. They are not like you and me, that after their masters they did a classical route of PhD, taking a lecturer job, becoming a professor, becoming a director or vice chancellor. I think these young minds are really taking their life at risk, starting their companies. So we need to really handhold them. If required, we could invest small money from our savings, let them start companies. If they flourish, great. If they fail, they do learn many things in the process. And again, we can bring them back into our regular curriculum. So with these few words, again, I would like to compliment VIT AP for making a wonderful event and telling to the world that chemistry is central science and chemistry plays an important role in day-to-day life. But during that, please also tell that all sciences play an important role, while chemistry occupies the central science because it gives biology, all the nucleic acids, proteins, and all the chemicals. You go to materials, you have all those smart chemicals and materials, agrochemicals. You go any area, chemicals play a role, but I think end of the day, science is one. So when someone asks the researchers who are on the call today, to which religion you belong to, you say that I belong to science religion. If they ask you what caste you belong to, I say I belong to a chemistry caste or I belong to a biology caste. So I think this is how we should educate our next generation, not that I am so and so, I am so religion and all that. So I think that if we can educate that way, I think science will flourish and India will become a global leader. I wish the organizers good luck. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. It is wonderful to hear so much of basics you taught us today, and how this basics has to come by being into one as a team and not being independent, but being always dependent on each other. Thank you so much, sir, for your time. Now, may I invite our registrar, sir, Dr. CLV Shivakumar, sir, to give the word of thanks. When we say Dr. CLV Shivakumar, we always say CLV, cheerful, lovely, and versatile. So, sir, thank you. Give your word of thanks, please.
This is an opportunity not only to propose vote of thanks, which I came to know and realized just now by means of the very thought-provoking message of our respected chief guest of the day, Dr. Chandrasekhar sir. This is really an immense pleasure associating together with people like Dr. Chandrasekhar sir. Last week, on the same day, we were with him. Today, just after 7 days, we are with him. This is an indication, I am sure. Sir, you are really our Srivaru. We are all thankful to you, our respected Srivaru, sir. We are assuring you that on the day when we came for MOU, you specifically insisted while leaving the hall, you must make the MOU very active. Sir, that itself is blessings. We really respectfully thankful to you, sir, for accepting our request to be the chief guest of the day and address the budding entrepreneurs, scientists, engineers, and so on. In fact, you started your speech with the chemistry of the today by saying mask, mask, mask. Sir, we considered somehow, yeah, film actor Ravi Teja as Mask Maharaja. No, sir. Yes, sir. Mask Maharaja. If we wear mask, we are Maharaja. Sir, we are all respectfully thankful to you, sir, for your address on this very essential point. Having a great concern towards the society and the future nation, you addressed us. Thank you very much, sir. And we are also respectfully thankful to you, sir, for extending your ready open hand to help us in our innovation center. We are there with you, sir. Definitely we'll make use of all your expertise. Sir, definitely we'll see that VIT AP is part of IICT one day. Thank you very much, sir, for your address on this August occasion. We are respectful to you and we are thankful to you, grateful to you, and having experienced your team members in IICT, we are very much specifically the senior most scientists and for their work. Sir, you are seem to be very simple, and we are all know that you are a very strong person. This is how we are blessed. For this, while thanking you, sir, respectfully we thank our respected Vice Chancellor, sir. His thought made you to be here today. His thought and vision bringing IICT to VIT. Sir, really, we are all thankful to, sincerely, our respected Vice Chancellor, Dr. Kotareddy, sir. This is an occasion really to thank Dr. Mandal, the Dean, School of Advanced Sciences, for very actively in taking initiatives in organizing IEEE conferences, national, international workshops, drawing attention from the various parts of the country and the globe. This is also one among the successful workshops. The reason to say successful workshop, as rightly our chief guest mentioned, this is not just to say that so-and-so number of participants are there in the conference. So these activities of VIT are not only going to be remained only for the day. We are very promised in this direction to see that every occasion is giving a linkage for tomorrow's activities and the growth of the research and institutions. We are sure, sir, the great participation of 700 plus participants today, they are all going to learn a lot and to practice tomorrow. In fact, apply knowledge and improve life is our slogan. With this sincere idea, we are driving the every effort right from the bottom of our hearts. For this, the efforts of the HOD, Dr. Paramasivam, with his sincere approach towards the conceptual ideas in organizing a workshop like this, chemistry in our day-to-day life, seemed to be so simple, but very wide, as respected chief guest sir suggested. Thank you, sir, Dr. Paramasivam, sir, to organize this great workshop. We are all, on behalf of the university, sincerely grateful to all the participants thronged from 19 states and 3 union territories, Delhi, Goa, and Pondicherry. I'm sure that you will be learning wonderful subject, which is going to be useful to your career and to the nation. For this, accepting our request, many stalwarts, great professors, scientists happen to be the distinguished speakers of the workshop. Dr. Srinivas, IICT Hyderabad, Senior Principal Scientist. Dr. Giribabu, Senior Principal Scientist, IICT Hyderabad. Dr. Enil Vendan, CFTRI Mysore. Dr. Sivasubramaniam, IIT Goa. Dr. Shihabuddin, IIT Tirupati. And Dr. Karthik Krishnan, Seki Karaikudi. I'm sure all the participants are very much fortunate enough to be the part of this workshop and going to listen to all these great personalities. By thanking all the eminent speakers of the workshop, I sincerely appreciate the efforts of the school and the department. Sir, this is our duty to propose the vote of thanks to the team members of the school, faculty, scholars, students, and the support staff of our university, right from purchase department, finance department, PR department, technical support department, and our support staff department. We thank one and all who made this event, inaugural session, grand success. And I'm sure that this workshop will be very fruitful. The outcome of this workshop will be certainly useful in taking lead for future innovative works. Thank you very much, one and all. Namaskar, Jai Hind.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, so much. So before we wind up, we just want to thank everything. As you can see there on the screen, oxytocin, which is every part of our life. When you smile, when you're happy, there is oxytocin. Even there is chemistry. You can see there very clearly. All right. So we want to thank by telling that chemistry on your left is for community, for health, for environment, for medicine, for industry, for sciences, for teaching, for research. At the end, it is for you, my dear friends. So that's where chemistry comes for all. We want to thank you, everybody. Now the department will take it over for the further session. Nandri, Vanakkam, thank you, everybody. Over to the HOD sir, Promotional sir, and Shantula Mandal sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So can we close this now and you'll restart, right?
Yes.
Your technical session. All right, sir. Thank you, VC sir. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, VC sir.